Think of the angle as well from over the wicket. Probably wasn't the best review to go for.
Sri Lanka's lost all their reviews now. That's a good phase for Sri Lanka. Was there an edge? Yes, there was. There was an opportunity.
That would have been a great one. Already Mendes is having a good day. Lot depends on this man Rahim here. Lot of experience behind him. Bangladeshis will look to. Oh, that's an LBW earlier. That was a call for the third umpire by the captain, and it was a good one. Shanak is very happy about it.
Mushfiqur on strike then. Yeah, one good review, one bad review really. That was an excellent review. One before, not very good. But the captain relying a little bit on the keeper as well, just to give him a bit of advice. 252 matches, 7,200, and that's a difference straight away. Just opens up the face, gets off strike. That's the experience, that's what you get from Mushfiqur.
On Shanaker's behalf, he should have had the power point up straight away. Because you know, an experienced player like Rahim, he won't go for the big shots, not inside out, to start with, certainly.
Change of angle then, back over the wicket. Doesn't get it through.
Malage, in his fifth over, just conceded 16 runs. Putting a good spell for Sri Lanka.
All spin from round the wicket. Finished the over off with a dot, just 2 runs from it. We're halfway in the 50 overs, 25 overs done, 97 for 4.
নতুন ক্লোজ আপ ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে, যা মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে, জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়, প্রায় সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। ক্লোজ আপ 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
এক জবান নো ভেজাল, জাপান থেকে আমদানি করা স্টিল শীট দিয়া তৈরি ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপেই কাজ করি।
আমিও ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপই চাই।
ফ্যালকন এমএস পাইপ, নির্ভরতার প্রতীক।
I will say that the second session I have seen close games, close encounters, big runches being achieved here, and every occasion the ball has come onto the bat in the second session, very much than what you see now.
Yeah, and straight after the toss, I did go and talk to Chris Silverwood and I asked him how unhappy he was to be bowling first, and he said, well, with the fact that there is some rain due, sometimes that helps the ball then to skid on, even if it doesn't rain, and it helps batting under the light. So he wasn't really that worried about having a bat second, but at the moment he's in prime position. 97 for 4, he has the opposition, and under pressure, quick single. Seen that today already, a couple of direct hits, he's fine, he's well and truly home.
And with the kind of limited options that Shanaka has in this squad, he's done a really good job. Sri Lanka started really well in this competition. It was a tricky single here, and Sri Lanka has fielded really well. Apart from that one drop clash from Shanaka and that one misfield, I think they've been really good in the field. They've been really proactive, they've been attacking the ball. They know that how important it is to field well when their premier fast bowlers all are injured.
That's a good length from Shanaka. They will pick up a quick single. second highest run getter for Bangladesh then, just over 7,000, 7,259. Most runs for Bangladesh in Asia Cup, 701. And look at the average as well. Good average. He's a good player. And we're going to need all his experience now, Gautam, to get back into this, because at the moment 100 has come up and need a push on with the run rate.
He's a very smart batter as well. A lot of experience. He can play those cheeky shots. He can play those big shots as well. He knows when to accelerate, play spin really well, coming from Bangladesh. And he's pretty good against pace as well. So Bangladesh would definitely want him to be there till the end. They want to have a competitive total on the board. And with Shanto there, another misunderstanding here. That is something which they need to sort out really quickly. Set batter like Shanto and Mushfiqur Rahim, they need to build that partnership. They need to have a decent total on the board for their bowlers to defend. That would have gone had there been a direct hit.
So, last ball in the over. Come down to third, so a single to finish off. Just 5 singles in the over, 26 overs done. It's 102 for 4.
চলে এলো সানসিল্ক সাশ্রয়ী প্যাক। এখন হবে 33% সাশ্রয়। কাটো, ঢালো, শ্যাম্পু করো। নজর কাড়া শাইন মাত্র 50 টাকায়।
বাংলাদেশের 7 কোটি মানুষের একটা অদ্ভুত কানেকশন আছে। সবাই এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে একসাথে। সবার হাতে বিকাশ, সাথে বিকাশ। আর সমগ্র বাংলাদেশ যখন বিকাশ করে, আমাদের বিকাশ ঠেকায় কে?
That's a great shot. That's what you expect with Mushfiqur Rahim, something that we've seen over the years. Such a smart batter. Great anticipation on that occasion.
It is premeditated, but he was into his position so very well. Loves playing that shot, the reverse. More often than not, it comes off. It does. It looks so very compact and elegant. Those are things that you need to just bring into your innings. Bangladesh innings tottering here. These two have really got to batten down and build up a partnership. The last partnership worth 59, and these two need to go about their job in a diligent fashion. But about that time, pick up the odd loose delivery, play the ball to its merit.
One of the features over the years with Sri Lankan cricket is the advantage that they've had in white ball cricket with batters who can bowl. Now you've seen Dhananjay De Silva today bowl 7 overs. He's a proper batter who's bowled 7 overs. Velalike as well, a batter who's in his 6th over. It's a trait that they've had over the years. All their batters who, as a matter of right, will walk into the team on their batting alone, still love to bowl and contribute with the ball. 7 overs from him, priceless. Gives the captain so much comfort. It's a no ball, which means it's a free hit.
Something that Bangladesh can take advantage of. They've been bogged down. Just free the arms, go for the big shot, get some runs.
Well done for a spinner to induce a dot ball of a free hit. Some achievement. Not easy. slog a spinner for a 4 and 6, especially when they were the crease. So I believe increasingly in T20 cricket, we see spinners bowl. And the death is already starting to happen. Happened in the last IPL.
Mushfiqur Rahim is known for rotation of strike. He's not one who's overawed by the situation, doesn't allow the bowlers to dominate much, doesn't allow too many dot deliveries to compile together and build up the pressure. Najmul Hussain Shanto already 56 of 74, has looked pretty steady here.
Has he found the fielder? Almost! Shana not the swiftest. I can see the captain was thinking, oh, could it have been slightly different? 114 for 4.
পাবেন জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা আর হবে বড় সাশ্রয়। এখন 2টি লাইফ বয় কিনলে বাঁচবে 12 টাকা।
এক্সপিরিয়েন্স করুন মেরিল মিল্ক বাথ। এর মিল্ক ময়েশ্চার আপনাকে দেবে ফ্রেশ অ্যান্ড ইয়াঙ্গার লুকিং স্কিন। 5 টাকা কমে 100 গ্রাম প্যাক এখন মাত্র 55 টাকায়।
Last ball of the previous over. Najmul Hussain Shanto's eyes lit up for the shortness of length. Immediately tried to swivel around and played away, just debating the fielder. Still had his heart in his mouth for a while there. So another look at that one. Jordy swivel around, maybe the bottom part of the bat. That's why he didn't get the exact position right, but fortunate, just playing it away, tantalizingly close to those hands.
It's the angles, isn't it? Brilliant fielders just run different angles. He would have maybe advanced forward a little more than actually going towards the side. Mind you, it was never going to be an easy catch. There's something different about brilliant fielders in the deep. They just anticipate these things, the angles they work with. They've cut across maybe further. Last 5 overs, the momentum has picked up. Oh, a good-looking shot there from Rahim, and the fielders now feeling the pressure of a capable batter who's just come in, and a set batter in Shanto.
But I think the fielder did pretty well there. You're talking about anticipation. He covered a lot of ground, ensured that the batters were not given the opportunity to go for the second run. That's how it stands at the moment. Early loss of Tanzid Hassan, the debutant, gone for duck. Mohammad Naeem stuck around, and after his fall, Najmul Hussain Shanto, Shakib going not for too many. Youngster Tawhid Ridoy really couldn't carry on after a decent start.
I liked him from what I saw of Tawhid Ridoy. Got 20-41, just like the way he was certain about the way he was getting into positions, like the sound, the bat hitting the ball. Now just watch the bag of tricks now from Dikshana with left-hander facing. You see the off-spinner coming in, and the pitch is now starting to turn. He'll get that off-spin to turn big against Shanto.
You never know as a batter what's coming out of his fingers at point of release.
A good choice of shot. Just one fielder to worry about where he was intending to play. Ball was quick to flatter trajectory.
Yeah, variation of pace also. That little flick, and the ball tends to carry on. That's how he got his first wicket. Opened the bowling for Sri Lanka.
I think it's missing, and you can see the keeper's appeal is not very convincing. He's not certain about it, and what's more, they have no reviews left now, Sri Lanka. So
Troubling the batters once again, and once again it goes on, definitely going down the leg side. No worries for the decision to be taken by the umpire. Simple enough to say no, carry on.
when you're running through a patch where luck is not with you. You can be out on such occasions as well. Have a look at this. This was a shot that he played earlier. Bottom edge onto the flap of the back pad and then lobs to the keeper. Had it flicked the keeper's glove and gone to maybe somebody close, there wasn't. Strange things happen in cricket. Ways of getting out. Good over. To Shana. Batter under pressure. 115 for 4.
প্রত্যন্ত অঞ্চলের শরীফা বেগম আজ উদ্যোক্তা। স্টেশন যত দূরেই হোক, ভিডিও কলে মেয়ের মুখটা এনে দেয় স্বস্তি। সবার সাথে কানেক্টেড থাকার অথবা প্রিয়জনকে কাছে রাখার জন্যই দেশ জুড়ে আমাদের এই ছুটে চলা গ্রামীণ ফোন, দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্ক।
Second match in the Super 11 Asia Cup. Pakistan beating Nepal in the opener at Multan last night. Saw the best of Haris Rauf. Afridi as well showed his class. 2 batters getting big hundreds. Khan and Babar Azam. Picked a couple of spinners from Nepal. Airi, the off spinner, was pretty impressive. Rajvanshi as well, the left arm spinner, very classical in the way they bowl. Economy excellent at the moment. 4 wickets shared, 1 wicket each. Pathirana going to come over the wicket to the right-hander.
Najmul Hassan Shanto has stood up amongst the ruins. 4 wickets down, but he's played a big role with his sweep shots, and one that was short. He was prepared to pull through mid-wicket and holds it behind square on the onside. Lovely looking cover drive. It's been a good mix. He's picked the spots except for that one maybe. Pretty close to the feeder, but still getting 4 runs. Needs to carry on, needs to convert those 50s into hundreds. 93.3 between 46 and 60.
Interesting graphic that we just showed you there. I can go back to it, explain to you just how a batter bats basically control over the ball, as in not mistiming shots or playing false shots. He starts off pretty well. First 15 balls, 73% control percentage, but once he's set 46 to 60, that's ball that we're talking about, very high percentage of control. Dropped slightly maybe because he's trying to play some shots now. It was 90, it was consolidation time, more his game. Let's watch Pathirana's over this because he's such a fascinating talent. Quite a few bounces today. This was a length ball, the last one. These are Shanta's scoring areas.
Pretty much even either side of the wicket through the mid-wicket and cover region. Not too many down the ground in the V.
It's a couple of length balls so far from Pathirana. 145k, the last one.
Sanjay, you're talking about how much bounce he can get out. With that slingy kind of action, it's not really from up there, is it? To use the height at point of delivery. It must be pretty difficult to get a bouncer in.
Well played. That's one thing you can do against Pathirana because he's so quick. That's what MS does when he's captaining Pathirana. He has his fine line third man. Very, very fine. Very straight, and that's exactly what Shanaka has done for him. He's a very unique bowler. Very skiddy. He must get that kind of cover. There's that fuller delivery, slightly slower. T20 skills at the moment. 117 for 4.
কাপড় না, ওকে দিন এসএমসির জয়া স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন। কাপড় ফেলে জয়া আনুন, মেয়েকে এগিয়ে রাখুন। জয়া স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন, পিছিয়ে থাকবো না।
মিস্টার নুডলসের কোরিয়ান সুপার স্পাইসি নুডলসে আছে দারুণ স্বাদ আর চরম ঝাল। মিস্টার নুডলস সুপার স্পাইসি, সুপার টেস্টি।
$700 runs now for Najmul Hossain Shanto, his ODI career. It's an important match. First one for Bangladesh in this edition of the Asia Cup.
Interesting, two CSK bowlers bowling in tandem at the moment. You don't see this very often. Two very unique bowlers. Work cut out for the batters. You've got Tikchan at one end, Athirani at the other.
See the slots between 1 and 10, 11, 20. Pretty much control over the scoring rate by the Sri Lankans.
You're right. When you look at Najmul Hossain Shanto, his one-day strike rate is in the 70s. Now that's not commonplace these days. Most of them are in the 80s, 90s, not 100. So he's one of those classical, sort of slightly old-fashioned one-day batter who takes his time. Extremely useful, such batters too. But essentially a test batter. Played 23 test matches, he's got 4 test hundreds. So this format, especially at the top of the order, it's a good one for him.
If Bangladesh could use a couple of batters with that kind of experience, that kind of attitude, a scenario like this, a situation like this, I think these two would be the ideal couple to be in the middle for them.
Showing you some brave projections if you're in focusing at the bottom of your screen. Chances of winning for Bangladesh just propped up. Keep an eye. The left-hand side, bottom. We'll do predictions. Chances of winning. Hathura Singhe there, former batter for Sri Lanka, now with Bangladesh. I don't know how Marwan feels about it.
He coached Bangladesh previously, then went off, became Sri Lanka's coach, came back again. We've got more Sri Lankans in the coaching squad. Rangana Herat, the spin bowling coach. We've got Alan Donald, the pace bowling coach. Whole array of stars really guiding the Bangladeshi boys.
No appeal even this time. Look at the speed there, 101 kilometers per hour. And then he'll bowl a flighted off spinner that will be about 80. You can imagine the difference in speed and hence challenge for the batter.
What about that? In the grassy banks with a couple of umbrellas up. Threat of rain, hopefully stays away.
Oh, was there some edge on that one? Seems like it from the reaction of the bowler. Bhatia was gone. It's 121 for 4.
করবি লেগ স্পিন, হবে অফ স্পিন, বাউন্সার, বোল্ড। মনের মতো সব চাইলে মাই রবির ইজি প্ল্যান। ব্যাগ বানাবি নিজের মতো। রবি
সাশ্রয়ী দামে 2 গুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সডের 2 কেজি প্যাকে 40 টাকা ছাড়।
Another tradition that Sri Lanka have had about batters who are wonderful keepers. So many of them, Kumar Sangakkara, of course, leading that brigade of batters, capable keepers. Here's another one, Kushal Mendis, one of the finest test innings played by Sri Lanka. Got that 175 against Australia. I remember watching Prasanna Jayawardena for a while. Good batter, but excellent keeper too. So they've had this great tradition of top-class batters being good keepers. But let's see whether the keeping was good on this occasion. Was there a feather? No. So wasn't a drop catch. Just an overreaction from the bowler.
I can understand that. It's pretty close. Mr. Levert leading the coaching unit of Sri Lanka. He's been pretty animated on occasions when the wickets have fallen. Into the game, keeping notes of what is being done properly and what not. He'll be a happy chappy at the moment, controlled by Sri Lanka in the 31st over.
Now, appeals from 2 or 3 around the bat. No one really certain. And that's how it's going to remain. Umpire said not out. Back to the old days. Umpire's decision is the final decision. No reviews for Sri Lanka.
Not for the first time. Mushfiqur Rahim has tried that shot. And just have a look at how close it is. I think it's just past. This wasn't a polite inquiry per se, not really an animated appeal. The Ultra Edge will give us the true picture. Ah, yeah, that is just a feather. Got away.
Not sure those guys saw it on the Giant screen. They would be distraught. Don't have another review. Couldn't hear much. The stump microphone volume is up. Couldn't hear much, but the Ultra Edge seems like just as it's past the outside edge, Graf reacts. They heard it. That full delivery, a real mixture of lengths from Pathirana. Yeah, this is going to be day after, 2nd of September. Pakistan versus India. And this pitch has shown signs, at least with the new ball, got something for the seam bowlers. People who like to hit the deck. Not much swing in the air. At least 2 or 3 occasions when this extra run has been given to the opposition by overthrows.
Yeah, I think if you can fall to the Sri Lankan fielding, this will be one area they will be a little apprehensive about. I can understand him trying to just throw down the wicket on the move. It's difficult, couldn't get it on target, and in the process allowed that single.
Oh, missed time, but away from the fielder. But lucky on that occasion. The idea was right. Short ball, tried to pull it. 31 overs gone. It's 125 for 4. We'll have a look at this one again before we leave you. Perfectly placed, you would say, in the end.
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো। তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি? এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
ব্রো এবার কিন্তু বিশ্বকাপ দেখতে তোমাদের দেশে যাচ্ছি।
দাদা ম্যাচ টিকিট কি তুমি কিনে আসছো না গিয়ে কাটবে? হ্যাঁ,
বিকাশ করলেই বিশ্বকাপের টিকিট হবে।
বেশিবার রিচার্জ বিকাশ করো, ভ্রমণ খরচ সহ বিশ্বকাপের টিকিট জেতো।
কি পড়ছে এসব?
ওকে দাও ক্লাসিক ডোজ। আল্ট্রা মডার্ন দুনিয়াতে মাঝে মাঝে চাই ক্লাসিক, রুচি চানাচুর ক্লাসিক।
Asia Cup is the only continental championship in cricket. Before ODI World Cup, who will rule Asia Cup? India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka. Two-times runner-up Bangladesh, or magical moment creator Afghanistan. Asia Cup 2023, Pakistan versus India, 2nd September at 3:30 p.m. live on GTV, also on rabbithulebd.com.
Up until now, I reckon they have overs remaining of their main bowlers going into the depth overs. 19 overs left in this game for Bangladeshis. They must be thinking another 100 runs, good 100 runs. Of course, it's on the two Mehdis and Mushfiqur being there.
Adas, what do you think about this momentum of the innings so far? I know they've lost a few wickets, but what have you seen?
Good afternoon, Don. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, it's been a really challenging batting performance thus far from Bangladesh. They ill afford to lose a wicket. That's key to momentum. Marvin Adapata, you said it rightly before, there's limited chances to get singles for these guys. They're not looking for them. And because they're not looking for them, it means they're being starved of boundaries as well. So if they're going to shift in the direction of being a 200-plus score, they've got to look to rotate strike. Cannot, for 1 second, afford to be on strike. Got to get off strike, got to put pressure back on all these Sri Lankan bowlers, and the boundaries will come, not the other way around.
"26 balls since the last boundary as well." That doesn't help, especially if you're not rotating strike as well. So these now under pressure. Look at the first 3 balls after drinks, 3 dots.
It's the way Sri Lankans go about when they are at their best. Well, over the years we have had so many bowlers, so many batters rather, who could bowl, and that's what we do. But that's what we used to do. Dry up things in the middle so that batters get desperate and they play shots out of the ordinary.
Yeah, usually we get hook, line and sinker into it. A bit of Sanath Jayasuriya, you look to punish him through the middle order, and before you know it, you hold out in the deep somewhere and you walk off cursing yourself. But you're 100% right, you've got to still look to have that positive intent. Sri Lanka, you know, are going to keep pounding you with spin through the middle as long as you let them bowl dot balls.
Five dot deliveries then. He's already had a wicket maiden so far in his spell. And he won't get another one, just a little flick past. Good fielding again just to keep it down to 1. So another excellent over. 32 overs done, 126 at 4.
পাবেন জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা আর হবে বড় সাশ্রয়। এখন 2টি লাইফ বয় কিনলে বাঁচবে 12 টাকা।
মিস্টার নুডলসের কোরিয়ান সুপার স্পাইসি নুডলসে আছে দারুণ স্বাদ আর চরম ঝাল। মিস্টার নুডলস সুপার স্পাইসি, সুপার টেস্টি।
Patirana then with his 6 over, 1 for 21 so far. And we've talked a lot about his action and his wrist position. You see that he's trying to, when he's running in, he's got his fingers slightly each side of the seam. He's trying to hold it up. And if he can do that and release it like that, I think he'll get a bit more pace. And he'll get a lot more accuracy as well. Certainly a unique action.
Well, I remember when Malinger was introduced first in New Zealand. New Zealand batsman wanted Billy Bowden at the time, who was umpiring. The batsman wanted the tie to go back because they thought it was coming from the middle of the tie. They couldn't pick him up. And we personally at the nets, we wouldn't want to face Malinger for the simple fact that you don't come across bowlers like that to play against you.
And I reckon Patirana is even lower. I reckon he comes to the other side of the umpire. So it's even a unique, and this is what I think we must celebrate in our great game of cricket. The ability for a bowler, batsman to come in with a unique position on the game, something that challenges us all. The fact that we want to almost change him means that he's doing all the right things by the game and by himself.
Yeah, you're right. But we're not trying to change his action. I think his action is unique. We're just trying to change that wrist position on release. That's all.
We're talking about people copying certain individuals. We had a era where when Murali was going great guns, people, young kids rather, following Murali and copying Murali. That became a problem because not everybody had arms like Murali.
You just see the angle, and you saw the bounce that he got, and we followed it all the way down, and it is another massive wicket. He has the captain, and now he has Mushfiqur.
Yeah, the bounce. MS Dhoni does this well as well. He gets his fine legs, and his third man's very, very fine. He goes at it, does Rahim. It was such an important moment in this match as well that these two for Bangladesh stay in. But unfortunately, the trademark you might be able to talk about, it's like a yoga pose. And he's got to go. The 13 of 22 deliveries, and Bangladesh 127 for 5.
হরলিক্স এর ভাইটাল নিউট্রিয়েন্টস বাচ্চাদের মনোযোগ ধরে রাখতে সহায়তা করে। এক্সাম নক নক হরলিক্স ঢক ঢক।
No jor jabardosti, only ultra gliding, cool shaving foam, the real smooth experience. প্রতিশেভেই cool, real man কখনো জোর খাটায় না।
বাংলাদেশের 7 কোটি মানুষের একটা অদ্ভুত কানেকশন আছে। সবাই এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে একসাথে, সবার হাতে বিকাশ, সাথে বিকাশ, আর সমগ্র বাংলাদেশ যখন বিকাশ করে, আমাদের বিকাশ দেখায় কে?
Bangladesh, and they're under the pump a little bit here. Mehdi Hassan Miraz then in at number 7, and he's up against a bowler at the moment, Patirana, who is bowling with some good pace and some good bounce.
Well, this is the wicket that we are talking about. Not too much control, easy catch to third man. The moment you play shots above your shoulder, whether it is whether the third man or fine leg, you lose control.
And what is great from that angle, that you can see side on, the bounce that he gets and the pace. He followed all the way down to third as well. Yeah, nice start. Really good start at the new batter.
dangerous with the older ball. Can't get the opportunity to really create momentum. Just not enough air in that ball. Caught well inside the boundary. Such a unique proposition for the game of cricket. This is where he comes into his own as well in the back phases of T20 cricket. He's always there and abouts. Hasn't played a lot of one-day cricket, but I tell you what, he's looking as dangerous here as well. End of the 33rd, 127 for 5.
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স
রেইনবো পেইন্টস অল্প রঙের রাঙায় দুনিয়া।
লাক্সারিয়াস সিল্কি ফিনিশিং ও অ্যান্টিব্যাকটেরিয়াল প্রপার্টি সমৃদ্ধ বার্জার লাক্সারি সিল্ক এমালশন শুধুই গ্ল্যামারাস দেয়াল নয়, আমার স্মৃতি রাঙিনা।
সাশ্রয়ী দামে 2 গুণ উজ্জ্বলতা। রিন অ্যাডভান্সড এর 2 কেজি প্যাকে 40 টাকা ছাড়।
Katirana, who has the wickets of Shakib and now Mushfiqur as well. 17 overs to go then. Nice little sweep, they'll look for 2. Both of you now, you're in the middle now, what are you looking, as 2 former batters, these next 7 overs, what are you looking to do?
Well, certainly my approach would be to drag the game for the next 5 overs, rotating the strike, try and push as much as I can with minimum of risk, set up again, rethink, and set myself target. Bat sensibly for the next 5 overs and take it up from there, because you keep losing wickets. It's not easy to sort of come back to a game like this where I think the wicket is too pace. Shot making hasn't looked that easy.
Yeah, I'm probably just going to slog.
Well, I was going to ask you, you wouldn't slog, you'd be a bit more proactive, try and go at them, try and take the game back to them?
No, just slog. No. Yeah, look, I think you've got to, it's a tricky position right now, isn't it? 5 down, you've got to look to advance the scoreboard, but you've got to have this proactive mindset. You can't just lay down and just say, right, Sri Lanka, you're going to have your way. No way. You've got to look to attack your options, know where your scoring areas are. Michael Bevan used to do that really well at the back end of the game. He used to time his performances and know exactly where his key strike zones were and stick to that. But he wouldn't wait, ever. He wouldn't necessarily just try and manipulate strike. He'd look to take it on as well. And I think that's key in these situations.
Get a quick single, just gets past extra cover. Another good over for Sri Lanka. 34 overs done, 131 for 5.
ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ। ভিটামিন যুক্ত হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ।
হ্যাঁ, ভিটামিন যুক্ত নতুন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দেয় জীবাণু প্রতিরোধে সাধারণ সাবানের চেয়ে 100% শক্তিশালী সুরক্ষা। 7 আপ যেখানে, রিফ্রেশমেন্ট সেখানে।
করবি লেগ স্পিন, হবে অফ স্পিন, বাউন্সার, বোল্ড। মনের মতো সব চাইলে মাই রবির ইজি প্ল্যান। ব্যাগ বানাবি নিজের মতো। রবি।
131 for 5, 7 overs it's been since Bangladesh's last boundary. All they've dealt in is 1s and 2s. And they're in a bit of trouble. Current rate gets them to 193. You wouldn't think that would be enough. You talked about this pitch being a bit too paced, so maybe 220 would be enough.
Well, the bad news for Bangladeshis is that according to my knowledge and thinking, the wicket will have some pace going in the second session. But then again, they'll have the Tuskins coming at Karunaratnas and Nishankas. So it's about batting sensibly according to the situation.
what'll lend a bit more weight to that as well is that with these overcast conditions, a little bit of water on the wicket as well. Skid on. Saw that first delivery as well, just skid on. Coming back to your point though, Corky, you got to look to also pick to whom you're comfortable hitting. Ajitha, he's going to bowl back of the length, slow length deliveries as well, off-pace deliveries with a good proactive mindset, especially early on in the over count. In those first and second, even third balls, look to take him on, look to put the pressure on early in the over. See how he responds to that kind of thinking. See if you can get him as a bowler to change what it is around their own fundamentals and make-ups of the way that they perform. Challenge that ego, that ethos that they have. Throw it out there, just put a bait on the hook, so to speak.
Yeah, I agree, because as a bowler and a former bowler, we're happy if you're staying there. If you're staying there and just maybe clipping the odd ball here and there for a single, we're happy. If you a bit more proactive, think I'm going to come at you or I'm going to stay deep and pull off your length, then all of a sudden as a bowler, you have to think a little bit more. Sri Lanka at the moment are comfortable. In this position, everything is going their way. And you need to get to a total, but I think in some ways take the risk. Take that risk as a batting side.
Yes, calculated risk is something that we encourage, and sure, good bit of fielding. They take two for that. Good running. Gulit Lalage from deep cover does the fielding.
He's absolutely smoked this. Take a look at this. Back of the length. It's on the up. Bang. That's got to hurt. I bet he's thinking, little ice. Yeah, that's hurt.
That's okay. That's okay. Just a quick look at square leg to make sure the height was okay. Not great pace, Ajitha, but it's okay in this form of the game to just let the batter know I've got one in my locker.
Yeah, that's excellent bowling. It's actually been a very good over. Don't want to put the captain's curse on him here and bowl some sort of boundary ball in his last ball, but at this stage, been an excellent, not only spell, but superb over as well.
Just a change in field then for this last ball. Mid on has gone back to long on and cover has come up into the circle. Says to me short one, and the square leg umpire is fine with that. So another good over, just 4 runs from it. 35 overs done, 135 for 5.
প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মাঝে একটি শিশু ক্যাভিটির সমস্যায় ভোগে। ওকে দিন পেপসোডেন্ট, যা অদৃশ্য ছোট ছোট গর্তগুলো সারিয়ে তোলে, ক্যাভিটি থেকে দেয় সর্বাধিক সুরক্ষা, যাতে ও আত্মবিশ্বাসী হাসি নিয়ে বেড়ে উঠতে পারে আর পূরণ করতে পারে ওর স্বপ্নগুলোকে, কারণ প্রতিটি হাসি অমূল্য।
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
Yeah, that last ball, I think he was lucky to get away with it. Already given one for the over because of just between shoulder and the head high. I think this has gone over Mahdi Hassan's head. It's him outside. Against off spin now, you're facing this Haydos. Obviously, look at those projected 209, 5 runs and over. But if you're facing the off spin here, what are your options apart from the sweep? Because I think sweep would be your main option.
Well, I haven't got an option. You've just taken it away from me. Typical bowler, Corky. Look, in to out, always a good option with the off spinner. If that's your shot, there's a big gap over extra cover, so that's an option. I think we haven't seen any batsman in particular look to come down as well, look to cover the angle and use the feet. See, that was flighted enough to be able to use your feet, and as soon as you do that, of course, that creates the doubt in a spinner's mind, coupled with then a sweep shot, and that's pretty much all you need in these conditions. If you sit back and wait like that, it's a good shot. He's waiting, that's boundary, and a good one. First after 8 overs.
That is what is exactly you told earlier. You put pressure coming forward, stepping out of your crease. All of a sudden, the bowler has to make the change. He bowls short, you go on the back foot, hit the gap, and there's enough and more runs. There's value for runs, value for money for your shots on a ground like this.
There's that use of the feet you run about, and all of a sudden now that pressure's back on the bowler. First boundary in 52 balls, and then comes down.
Yeah, that's not good enough. You can't afford to go 50 balls without a boundary in one-day cricket. When the expectations and your markers and every stat that we saw ahead of this game, past scores are in that 170, 180 range. 140 for 5.
Evening is closing in Palakelli. Beautiful scenery around this part in Sri Lanka. Beautiful. Hopefully get out and see a little bit more tomorrow before that big epic game in 2 days' time. Pakistan versus India. I cannot wait for that game. Wow. Jinta with his 7th over. Again, the aggression starts. I like it. Let's have a look at the story so far in the match. Sri Lanka spinners dominate the day with tight spells. Shanna, the pick of the bowlers. I think that's part and parcel, but I'm sure that Patirana will have a say in that as well. He's got 2 big wickets, and Shanto leads Bangladesh's innings with an unbeaten 76 so far. So there are your top stories. Patirana with 2 for 22 in his spell.
Yeah, lots of boxes ticked here. This is Shanto. It's been good, hasn't he? Been a real find for Bangladesh cricket. And he's been the one that's contributed the most here today. Needs probably now to elevate his strike rates, only just a tick below 70. Oh no, what have we got here? It's something disastrous. It's something that Bangladesh will not want to see at this stage.
It's definitely Shanto has gone, because Mahedi Hassan doesn't move out of his crease. I'm sure they'll have to be checked. But surely Mahedi Hassan, you know that Shanto is your man in. You have to just step out of your crease. Do the less selfish thing. Shanto is the man in.
Yeah, if you're on the right money there, Dominic Cork, I tell you what, that is a real tactical error. Shanto cannot be run out at this stage. No, he's okay. He's managed to cross. So the right thing has been done here. Yes, he's fallen on his sword, the young fella. And that's going to be the right decision. As you can see there, he's crossed over. Probably had a little word in his ear as well. Come on, buddy. I need to be here. I know that you're going to be disappointed, but I'm the one that needs to be here and take this innings home for my country. So you've done the right thing, young fella.
Whether he did it intentionally, I'm not sure. Mahedi Hassan obviously is out of his crease when they crossed, but obviously it's when the stumps are taken, because Ranjinta held the ball for such a long time. Surely it's the first that's in the crease, and it is Shanto. So Shanto was walking off, taking his helmet off. And you can see that Shanto is in the crease first, so don't think Mehdi Hassan wanted to just let him go past. I think intentionally he just stayed there, but Richard Lingworth is the third umpire. And it is Mehdi Hassan who has to go.
Well, he'll be extremely disappointed, but he'll also know in his heart that he's probably done the right thing there. Very unselfish piece of batting there from the youngster. Gone for 5. And Bangladesh 141 for 6.
পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন।
পাবেন জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা আর হবে বড় সাশ্রয়। এখন 2টি লাইফ বয় কিনলে বাঁচবে 12 টাকা।
Saudi Extreme. Enjoy smooth speed. নতুন ক্লোজার ট্রিপল ফ্রেশ ফর্মুলার সাথে, যা মুখের কোনায় কোনায় পরিষ্কার করে, জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা দেয়, প্রায় সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত। ক্লোজার 12 ঘন্টা পর্যন্ত সতেজ নিঃশ্বাস।
ব্রো, এবার কিন্তু বিশ্বকাপ দেখতে তোমাদের দেশে যাচ্ছি। দাদা, ম্যাচ টিকিট কি তুমি কিনে আসছো না গিয়ে কাটবে? হ্যাঁ,
বিকাশ করলেই বিশ্বকাপের টিকিট হবে।
বেশিবার রিচার্জ বিকাশ করো, ভ্রমণ খরচ সহ বিশ্বকাপের টিকিট যেত।
প্রতি 2টি শিশুর মাঝে একটি শিশু ক্যাভিটির সমস্যায় ভোগে। ওকে দিন পেপসোডেন্ট, যা অদৃশ্য ছোট ছোট গর্তগুলো সারিয়ে তোলে, ক্যাভিটি থেকে দেয় সর্বাধিক সুরক্ষা, যাতে ও আত্মবিশ্বাসী হাসি নিয়ে বেড়ে উঠতে পারে আর পূরণ করতে পারে ওর স্বপ্নগুলোকে, কারণ প্রতিটি হাসি অমূল্য। নিম্নমানের ইলেকট্রিক পাইপ বদলে কিনুন ভিগো ইলেকট্রিক পাইপ এন্ড ফিটিংস। মাপে যেমন সঠিক তেমনি জোড়া লাগে ঠিক মতো। ভিগো বৈদ্যুতিক তারকে রাখে সুরক্ষিত।
Closing fielders, closing down on singles. Shanto at the moment going through a bit of a period where he's getting cramps, I think. Considering what we saw yesterday at Multan, this is very pleasant weather, by the way.
76 from 110 then so far for Shanto. You can see how much he's keeping this innings together. Have a look at all the wickets. Good bowling early on. Just feeling for it. And just got a leading edge. And then we saw Shakib Al Hassan go. Paterano with a good delivery. This was a good review given not out, and the captain decided that no, he wanted to go for it. Then pace again, lovely side on view there. Good catch down at third, simple catch. And then we're just seeing the run out. Bowler forgot to actually take the stumps and had to be told. Eventually it was the end of Mehdi Hassan. Nice shot, really good shot from Shanto. Picks up on pace really quickly.
Can you see why that was an important decision that the two batsmen in the previous partnership had made to keep Shanto in, because he has been the man in form, but also the man that's guiding their way to some sort of comeback in this match, Bangladesh. Short, you can see that reaction from the bowler as well, trying to convince Shanto out of his crease. Come back up this end, please.
He was saying, I want you out, yeah, we want you out, not the other one. But wasn't to be. This is good experience for Qasim, bowling at the end of the innings. He's being given all the responsibilities in this lineup without having Jamira and Lahir Kumar in the lineup.
Well, good piece of fielding. That stops Shanto keeping the strike. So 5 runs and that run out in that over. 37 overs gone, 145 for 6.
প্রত্যন্ত অঞ্চলের শরীফা বেগম আজ উদ্যোক্তা। স্টেশন যত দূরেই হোক, ভিডিও কলে মেয়ের মুখটা এনে দেয় স্বস্তি। সবার সাথে কানেক্টেড থাকার অথবা প্রিয়জনকে কাছে রাখার জন্যই দেশ জুড়ে আমাদের এই ছুটে চলা গ্রামীণ ফোন, দেশের 1 নম্বর নেটওয়ার্ক।
গোলাপি নির্যাস আর ভিটামিন ই সহ নতুন লাক্স দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
So 145 for 6, and the Sri Lankan crowd that are in are enjoying their team at the moment. Current rate only gets them to 196, and at this stage 6 down, I'm sure they'll probably take 200 from here. Get a score, try and bowl well. Little outside edge.
Now it's Operation Get Shanto back on strike here for whomever he bats with, because ideally he can make an unbelievable 100 here. He's got plenty of time. Could get actually 150. If he gets his strike up rate around that sort of 100 mark, tell you what, could be something very special we're about to witness. Wicket, I think, has got a little bit better, sliding on under the lights. I think the key is, coming back to the question that you asked before, never ever give up. Never give your bat up or your wicket away. And that little conversation that we saw in the previous partnership shows that. He knows that he has to be the man today.
I like what I see here in getting Dhananjay to bowl these overs. Shanaka understanding that the importance of getting Shanto out at this stage. He's asking Shanto, the left-hander, to take on the off-spinner if he wants to. So it's good thinking on the part of the captain.
You say about it, trying to get Shanto on strike. I'm thinking as a bowler, keep Shanto off strike. Put pressure now on Mehdi Hassan here, right now. And even in the last ball, allow him to have strike now. Allow the single. Yeah, that's okay. Good over again for Sri Lanka, just 3 runs from it. 38 done, 148 for 6.
আপনার চুলে কি ড্যামেজ লুকিয়ে আছে? চলুন ফ্যান টেস্ট করে দেখি। রেডি? রুক্ষ জট বাঁধা চুল ড্যামেজের লক্ষণ, মানে চুলে হয়তো পুষ্টির অভাব রয়েছে। নতুন ডাভ ইন্টেন্স রিপেয়ার এর 1/4 ময়শ্চারাইজিং মিল্ক ও নিউট্রিসিরাম ড্যামেজ রিপেয়ার করে প্রথম ধোয়া থেকে। চলুন আবার টেস্ট করি। সফট করবে চুল, লুকিয়ে থাকা ড্যামেজ হবে দূর। ডাভ শ্যাম্পুতে এখন 15% বেশি।
Atmosphere is building. Locals who are all starting to come in. Workday finished, on their way down and enjoying what their team is doing so far. 12 overs left in this innings. Patirana back into the attack then. 6 overs so far, 2 for 22. Lovely story about Patirana. He's from this local area, hasn't played this ground in a competitive match for Sri Lanka, and what a start. Get the Bangladesh captain out and get their senior player out in Mushfiqur. Chit. Now whether that was a slower ball or whether that came out slower, you have to just keep your eye on that, because Mehdi Hassan was through his shot early.
Yeah, we love the stories within stories, don't we, Dom? You might make a comment on what that delivery was. But the story is that there's a creep as well in this crowd, because it is starting to build nicely. It's especially towards that it's a lovely little build, watching their hometown boy come good on the biggest stage in the IPL. Already got a title under his belt, and he's been mentored by some really good names. Can he deliver this knockout blow here for Sri Lanka?
Oh, quick single, yeah. The knockout blow, I think, would be Shanto as well. Get him out, and then you have a chance of bowling Bangladesh out.
I'm sure Sri Lanka, when picking Pathirana, would have thought about picking wickets using him. He certainly have lived up to that, picking the two big names in this Bangladeshi lineup. Both of them were picked up by Pathirana. Two short balls, and that's his strength. I mean, I've seen him bowl earlier too. It's two lengths that he bowls. Good shot again. Tried the Yorker, but ended up as a full toss. Yeah, overthrows. This is not clean work by Sri Lanka. This is quite a few overthrows being given in this innings.
Yeah, a full toss, but what we've seen so far is his deliveries up against Mushfiqur. Going full. So trying to make sure that he knows that I can get you trapped on the crease, and then goes with that short delivery. Set up beautifully. That'll be a wide. Yeah, it was really good from Pathirana. It's a great story. And I still think he can get better and better. You see all bowlers, I think, when you get to maturity, is about 27, 28. When you understand your action, you understand what your body needs and how you can get better as well.
The takeaway that I had from that analysis piece there, Corky, was the fact that the ball was coming right out of the middle of big block of Wilson's belly. So very, very straight. You see a lot of bowlers, they use the crease to create angles. This is literally going stump to stump from Pathirana.
As I told you earlier, that's where the complaint came from the New Zealanders when Malinga was introduced. But I mean, look, it's an advantage that he has. You got to deal with it.
Yeah, and with that, he may even be able to use the crease as well as he gets used to bowling on the big stage, which he has done already. Can he use the crease and go slightly wider? So he's certainly got a unique action that needs to be helped, worked on. I'm sure he's got a massive future.
Marvin, was there a bowler that you didn't want to face in the nets from Sri Lanka?
Number one would be Malinga. Why would I? I don't come across Malingas in international cricket. Why should I get my rhythm disturbed by it?
I'm sure it wasn't just you as well. There's been loads in world cricket as well. There's that third who's really fine. They're going to pick up two. Just good positive running to finish off the 39th over. It's 157 for 6.
ব্রো এবার কিন্তু বিশ্বকাপ দেখতে তোমাদের দেশে যাচ্ছি। দাদা ম্যাচ টিকিট কি তুমি কিনে আসছো না ঘি কাটবে? হ্যাঁ,
বিকাশ করলেই বিশ্বকাপের টিকিট হবে। বেশিবার রিচার্জ বিকাশ করো, ভ্রমণ খরচ সহ বিশ্বকাপের টিকিট যেত।
স্বাস্থ্যকর অল টাইম পান সব সময়, অল টাইম হেলদি লাইফ।
Now this is what we call the business end of white ball innings. And come the World Cup, when it's this Asia Cup, how you do in the last 10 overs will have a huge bearing on the eventual result of the match. And that's why I believe teams that have good death bowlers, if not that, maybe wicket taking spinners in the middle overs to make the job of the death bowlers easier. It's got set batters batting in the death. It's a nightmare for bowlers, so you've got to have quality death bowlers if that happens, or spinners will make sure there aren't any set batters batting in the final, say 7-8 overs. 11 overs left in the innings now. All eyes on Shanto, batting on 87. It's been a wonderful innings in keeping with his career strike rate, 73.7. Oh, he's missed it. Is the back foot back quick enough? Seems like it. The keeper is not excited. What a wonderful bowler he is. He's deceived the batter, but what's done the keeper is the bounce.
Deceived the batter, deceived the keeper. You're talking about the extra bit of bounce, and it struck him on the throat there. But I think it just got away with it, and that's something that Bangladesh will be very happy about.
Delivery on the front foot. So can we have a look at front on, please? Okay, roll it through, roll it through. Just need to see that the ball goes on the ground after the catch. After the ball goes past the outside edge, so roll it through. Okay, can't see the ball there, so can we just see one where the ball comes out of his gloves and onto the ground, please? Onto the ground, foot is grounded behind, so we can go to the big screen with my decision.
Sure about you guys, but the side angle gave us a great insight as to what happened there with that chance, stumping chance for Ishal Mendes. You see from side on, you see the keeper's gloves react a little later. Almost like he didn't expect the ball to pass the batter, and then he was surprised when it actually happened.
There was a bit of zip turn as well. By the time he collected the ball after the bounce, it was too late. Crucial moments. Kusal Mendes, there was one catch which he didn't appeal. Missed the chance here as well. Had a wrong review. So as a wicket keeper, apart from that catch which he caught of Shakib, had a pretty ordinary day so far.
And with that catch, it's something that was mentioned in the commentary box as well about the readiness of the gloves. I mean, when the ball arrived with Shakib Al Hasan, it was a brilliant catch. The gloves were ready for the catch. This time they won.
The difficult one he managed to grab on the second take, though. But the one he should have clung on to didn't just stay there in his gloves. Gave the opportunity. Let's have a look at that wicket once again. Off the gloves, went across, covered. The anticipation was there. The gloves were open, and then what he did well was, can't say it from this angle, on the second grab, managed to hang on to it.
Really sensational catch, that left-handed as well. He's a right-hand, natural right-hand batter, right-hander. The meanwhile, Shanto doing a great job for Bangladesh. He's got 4 test hundreds. He knows how to get those hundreds.
When we were on last, Mushfiqur Rahim and Shanto were just building up a partnership. I did mention that those two would be the ones who settle down the problems they've had after the departure of Mushfiqur Rahim. I think Shanto has done an excellent job in holding it together. Had a bit of luck in terms of not getting out on a run out. But now Sanjay, he's going at 74, now approaching his 100. It will be difficult for him to get a move on quickly. 40 done. It's 160 for 6.
পাবেন জীবাণু থেকে সুরক্ষা আর হবে বড় সাশ্রয়। এখন 2টি লাইফ বয় কিনলে বাঁচবে 12 টাকা।
ভাইয়া আসেন, পাকা কথাটা সেরেই ফেলি।
ভাইয়া ওই স্পটে বসেই যত সব গুরুত্বপূর্ণ ডিসিশন নেয়।
বাবা,
আরে ওঠ না, দেয়ালে ড্যাম্পের জন্য দিনের পর দিন তুই একই জায়গায় বসে থাকবি।
বার্জার মিস্টার এক্সপার্ট ড্যাম্প কার্ড, যা সাধারণ পেইন্টের থেকে 10 গুণ বেশি শক্তিশালী। বার্জার মিস্টার এক্সপার্ট ড্যাম্প কার্ড।
projected 200 now at this stage. All depend on how Shanta goes in the final few overs. Mind you, he'll take a little time now, 12 runs short of a one-day international 100, that too in an Asian Cup. That's understandable, but saw Iftikhar and Babar Azam take off in the final phase of the innings, and what a difference that made, 340 on the board. They've got a left-arm spinner in. See how Shanta goes against him. Left-hand batters love left-arm spinners, but he's batting on 80, so he'll be conscious of that.
40 overs have been bowled, not a single six have been hit by Bangladeshi batters. So it'll be a challenge to get going for them so far. All the onus is on Shanto now, the set batter.
Tell you what, Irfan, I don't think either Hassan Sheikh Mahdi Hassan or Najmul Hassan Shanta will be looking to go for the big shots. It'll be a combination of a little bit of survival at the moment, ensuring they build up a partnership here, and also try to rotate strike. Now there's a bit of a yes and no. Thankfully, making up his mind to go for it eventually.
Fielding has been ragged. Sri Lanka themselves will accept it. At least 3 or 4 overthrows, bonus runs. This one also a fumble. Allowed that single to be completed easily. When wickets fall, the run rate drops. It's 39 runs in the last 10 overs. Let's see the 2 wickets.
Going at exactly 4 runs and over. Need to just step on the gas, shift gears in these remaining overs. Going to reach some kind of a target that the bowlers are going to be happy to defend.
He likes the short ball, Shanto. Every time they have a shot, either it's a spinner or a fast bowler, he's been very, very comfortable. Where they're going to find those boundaries, those sixes in last 9 overs after this. And mind you, there are only 2 centuries have been scored from Bangladeshi batters in Sri Lanka. Both of them have come from Tamim Iqbal.
Given, looks straight enough, even for the umpire. Well, Bangladesh have reviews, they've got 2. They should take one, just for the sake of it.
Review for LBW.
দেয় চাঁদের মতো উজ্জ্বল চেহারা। লাক্স।
Bangladesh, one batter has batted through the innings, that Najmul and Shanto. The rest have sort of threatened to get a big one, got out. Askin Ahmed, I've seen him play a couple of interesting, entertaining innings. Bats left-handed. Had a 4-year layoff from international cricket, just missed international cricket from I think 2017 to 21. Must have been tough time, but now playing more regularly. Got 5 wickets against India in his first 2 matches, so talent to reckon with.
At the angle which was taking the ball towards the leg stump. If this was given not out, would have been not out because it was umpire's call. But there's a lot to like about Villalage. Good left arm spinner. Different trajectory, not too high. Right trajectory to get the LBW and bowls from a left arm spinner. He's happy by Munibi.
He bowls the arm ball so very well, very deceptive. Ends a wicket taking over. Good job. Feeling on his bowling, it's 41 done, 162 for 7.
বাংলাদেশের 7 কোটি মানুষের একটা অদ্ভুত কানেকশন আছে। সবাই এগিয়ে যাচ্ছে একসাথে, সবার হাতে বিকাশ, সাথে বিকাশ। আর সমগ্র বাংলাদেশ যখন বিকাশ করে, আমাদের বিকাশ দেখায় কে?
Complete darkness now this area around the cricket ground. Pleasant weather conditions, that's what you get when you come to Kandy. Slightly higher than above sea level, so cooler than most parts of Sri Lanka. Another good ball, batter misses.
Theeksana will always keep you wondering whether this ball going to come in with the arm, where he's going to get a little bit of grip. Gives the ball some air and grips and turns well away from the batter. Good work behind the stumps, but the batter had that little foot behind the line.
Now the ball is celebrating. The view that we had was of the ball going through the defense, and seems like that man has picked up another. Theeksana has got Shanto for 89. The fantastic bowler, always at you in the stumps.
Oh, what a beauty this is. With the way he's spinning the other way and finds that gap between bat and pad and finds timber. And he's absolutely over the moon. Why not? He deserves taking that massive, massive wicket of Najmul Hussain Shanto. Was the only batter really putting up any kind of resistance for Bangladesh. He walks back, rather disconsolate, for 89. It's 162 for 8.
ওয়াও, পার্লারে গিয়েছিলি? না তো। তাহলে এত গ্লো কিভাবে? গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি থেকে। শুধু গ্লো এন্ড লাভলি? এটা কমায় ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস আর রোদের মলিনতা। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে। গ্লো এন্ড লাভলির মাল্টিভিটামিন ত্বকের গভীরে প্রবেশ করে ডার্ক স্পটস, ডার্ক সার্কেলস ও রোদের মলিনতা কমিয়ে দেয় এইচডি গ্লো। গ্লো এর জন্য সবকিছু এক ক্রিমে।
কাপড় না, ওকে দিন এসএমসির জয়া স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন। কাপড় ফেলে জয়া আনুন, মেয়েকে এগিয়ে রাখুন। জয়া স্যানিটারি ন্যাপকিন, পিছিয়ে থাকবো না।
And again, you see how consistently and frequently Sri Lanka have got their wickets. Shanto, 89 good runs. Didn't come very quickly, but that's what Sri Lanka needed. Somebody to just bat and ensure that they don't lose the 10 wickets in the 50 over. That can still happen, but thanks to Shanto at least come this long. They've got 162 runs on the board, but now Theeksana is on fire. He's got a slip. He's got a couple of wickets. Boy, he loves getting wickets. He's an aggressive bowler. There you go. wonderful cricketer.
The carom ball is doing the trick for him, getting the set batter out like this. It's an outstanding effort. The bat moved too quickly across. There was a little gap, and that was enough for Tikshana to get a set batter out. He's amazing, isn't it? Bowling with the new ball, bowling in the stumps. When it comes to getting the set batter out, always asking for the ball to come in his hand and use the variation. Beautiful bowling.
It's so interesting today we've seen him bowl the carom ball more to the left-handers. And not so much of that one that doesn't turn much. I've seen him bowl the classical off-spinner to left-handed, but today he's gone for the carom ball a lot.
Yeah, and when he's bowling the carom ball from the round the wicket to left-hander, it has more purchase as well, and the line and the angle becomes better. With the new ball, when he's bowling the carom ball, he was bowling over the wicket, but as soon as the ball became older, used that round the wicket angle really well.
Well played. Be happy with a run and of 42 overs. Here's Dominic Cobb.
Yeah, thanks a lot. I just want to pick up on Tikshana. I just want to talk about his two different deliveries. I've come to the touch screen here, and I'm going to actually start with his googly, and hopefully I can stop it right at the pinnacle part. Let's just go through again, and as you can see, as he comes over, just a little bit further, right there. So when I put a arrow in there, you can see as he's coming down, if I move it on a little bit more, you can see there that you can see the top of his fingers, but you also see the back of his hand. So let's get rid of that. So that's his googly, and let's move on to his carom ball, which has got him 2 wickets already. And you can see when I stop it right at the top of his action right now. So you see the difference there. You can see the front of the hand, and you can see the 3 fingers. So the 2 different deliveries are quite easy to pick up. This is works. Let's get back to live action.
Great stuff, Dominic. Yeah, that one on the right, the carom ball that just got set batter out. See, like the bunny rabbit has those 2 ears, those 2 fingers sort of come up over the ball. So that's a little indication for batters. And from afar, you might think there's a lot of mystery, but if you, as a batter, watch very closely how the ball is being released, a lot of the mystery get unraveled before the ball arrives, and that's a huge advantage. But it's a great moment in the game here currently with these 2 freakish bowlers, and he's got another one. 5 now between the 2. Third one for Pathirana.
There were 3 bowlers who were the main bowlers of Sri Lanka were injured. Doesn't matter. Tikshana and Pathirana coming to the fore at the right time. First game, they need a brilliant performance, and certainly they're coming in and doing it at its best. The variation, the speed. Generally bowls in 145, but the last 2 deliveries were 125 and 127. Deceptiveness at its best from Sri Lankan bowlers.
Great stuff. Tuskin's gone for a duck. Bangladesh 164 for 9.
পাওয়ার চুমুকে অ্যাকশন
করবি লেগ স্পিন, হবে অফ স্পিন, বাউন্সার, বোল্ড। মনের মতো সব চাইলে মাই রবির ইজি প্ল্যান। ব্যাগ বানাবি নিজের মতো। রবি।
Tell you what, lots of left-handers in this Bangladeshi batting lineup. 1 on strike. No thing about death bowling. Not sure how he'll handle batting against it.
Well, Mustafizur Rahman known for his prowess at the death, but I don't think it's going to be, by the time the death overs come in, it might all be over. So he might be used early on.
Oh, this looks straight. Yes, straight enough for Wilson. And once again, a wicket with a slow ball. It has been reviewed. Might just be a formality that.
TV umpire to director, we have a player review for LBW. Original on-field decision is out. I've checked the front foot and it's a fair delivery. If you can have a look at front on, please. Okay, just rock that back. Okay, we've got clear daylight between bat and ball. We can go to ball tracking when ready, please. Pitching in line, impact in line, wickets hitting. Paul, stay with your original decision of out. You're on screen now.
So that is it. Sri Lanka has shown absolute domination here. Bowling out Bangladesh for 164. The last wicket been taken. Elation in the stands with very meticulous and clinical performance here by the Sri Lankan bowlers. And Bangladesh getting off this segment, first part of their show here at the Asia Cup in a rather disappointing manner. Sri Lanka without some of their top pace bowlers, but the others who've been used done wonderfully well to maintain absolute control over the innings.
Such a good performance from start to finish, wickets early on and then finished off. 164 all out then. Bangladesh, who were put into bat. Chose to bat first, apologies, and he knows as a coach that they're in a good position. So, just having a conversation now. Chris Silverwood with the Sri Lankan team, who are in a fine position. Bangladesh, well, they'll need early wickets.
Absolutely, that's what they'll be vying for. There is a bit of zip, there's been some rain, very light, and that might just make the ball skid a little bit, so you have to be careful early on. But Sri Lanka have that massive advantage of not really having to go, you know, at every delivery. They can bide their time, they can pick the odd bat ball, and Bangladesh will be keeping their fingers crossed and hoping that they can make early inroads to ensure that there is some pressure created. But at the moment, very, very tough situation they are in at the end of the first innings.
So 164 set. Right, time to get to pitch side and find out with Sanjay Mandraker.
Well, very fortunate to have Matisha Pathirana here with me. I've seen you a lot in the IPL. 4 wickets. You've not played too much of one-day cricket, 50 overs. So this is now a great game for you to take another turn in your 50 overs career.
Yeah, really. I got 50 overs chance for after a very long time. I mean, so last I played 50 overs in qualifiers, so I didn't play much games, but I took some experience and I came here. So I think I did well today.
Tell me about the way you bowled, especially when the ball was newer and the first half of the innings. You were trying a lot of short balls, short of length, and towards the end, lots of slower deliveries, 124, 125 to get wickets.
Yeah, really, wicket was pretty dead when we bowled our first half. So after that, it was really dead wicket. That's why I tried slow balls and other things.
So now, how do you assess this format when you compare it with T20? How do you look at 50 overs format when it comes to bowling?
Really, it's very difficult to come so soon to the after T20 to 50 overs. So, but I manage it. I think I will manage that.
And we have no doubt about that. You're a wonderful bowler, and it's always a great pleasure watching you bowl. And well done today.
Thank you very much.
Congrats.
It's been rather a disappointing performance here. Right from the word go, absolute control by the bowlers. Early fall of wickets. First one going at 4, 25, 36. Nobody really put their hands up except for Najmul Hussain Shanto. And he was just nearing his century when he got out a superb delivery from Tiksana. And no one really from the bottom part really putting up their hands to add value to that score, and crumbled to 164 all out.
Sri Lanka's bowlers were excellent. Tikshana was the pick really, bowling in that power play, 2 for 19, and then late wickets for Patirana, who got rid of the captain and Mushfika and ended up with 4 for 32. A really good day out for Sri Lanka. So it means that 164 sets. Sri Lanka will need 165 off 50 overs at just over 3 runs per over.